Welcome back, my name's Steve and thank you for joining me on my photography journey. Today I want to talk about the elephant in the room. Well, not so much elephant, but empty frames. I need to fill them, don't I? It's been far too long that they've been sat there with nothing in them, and I now need to actually print something and put them up in there. So the first thing that I need to do is work out how big they are, what size print I need, choose some pictures, get them printed, put them up. Nice and easy, isn't it? So the first thing that I need to do is actually measure these frames and see what size pictures I need. So let's do that now. So the frames themselves are 40 by 30. So that's basically the dimensions that I need my pictures to be. So now we're going to have a look in Lightroom, pick some pictures and go from there. So as you can see, I've got two landscape ones and two of the portrait ones. So that's what I need to find. I need to find 4 pictures, 2 landscape, 2 portrait that will go nicely in those frames and look good on camera, look good in my office, and just reflect some of the work that I've done. So let's dive into Lightroom and have a look. Any pictures that we want to have a look at need to be in this 4:3 ratio because that's the size of the frames, and then we can work out how big, how small to make them later on. So this is a quite nice one to begin with. This is just a nice landscape view, nothing too exciting. Let's just give that a 4-star rating. Go back to our grid and see what else we've got. So what we can do is filter this by all pictures that have got at least a 4-star rating. So let's see what we've got. Now I do like this one. This is one of my favorites that I've made. It's nice and minimal. It's just that bench in the field from when I was on holiday last year. Let's just check the aspect ratio. So this is 16 by 10, but what we can do is change it to 4:3 to give it more of the dimensions of these frames. And actually it still works quite well. I might just move that over slightly so the bench is more. Then the horizon there. There we go, that's quite nice. So what we could do, don't want it too bright. So that I think could be one. So what we can do is add a keyword to this and let's call it print. And then we can search by all the ones that we've added a keyword to and get them all as our shortlist at the end. And I do like this one of the forest. This one is nice. The different colours in there. It's close by, so it is a nice memory of where it is and the day that I was out shooting. So again, we'll put it to 4:3, which looks good. We'll add a keyword for print, and that way we'll be able to easily find those pictures. So now what we want to do is print these. And how do we do that? We need to use a printing service. I mean, I could print them here, but I've only got an A4 printer, so it wouldn't be the biggest and it certainly wouldn't be the best quality. So what I'm going to do is use one of 2 companies, Whitewall and Blurb. I've used them both before for different things and I've been impressed with what they've given me. So I'm going to try them again. I'll order 2 from one company, 2 from another, and then we can do a bit of a comparison as well and see what they're like. So I just wanted to jump in quickly and say that I changed from Blurb to another company called Bonus Print, and the idea behind that was just that Blurb didn't have the product that I wanted. Nothing against them at all. So I'll talk more about this other company when the pictures arrive and when I get them up on my wall. So let's get back to the video. So let's go on to the Whitewall website. What we will do is go to Whitewall and have a look at what their requirements are. So if we go into upload photos, you can just drag and drop them onto here. So it tells you what they need to be. They need to be either a JPEG or a TIFF. Minimum size 700 by 700 pixels, maximum 50,000 by 50,000 or 1,000 megapixels or 2 gig. So there's fairly loose restrictions. Nothing that I'm going to try and put on here is going to fall foul of any of their restrictions. So what we can do next is we can upload those pictures and see what happens next. Do like this one. This one is a good one as well. So let's have a look at this. This looks nice. I've always liked this one. So again, let's make it a 4x3 so it fits. Make it as big as we can on there. Nice. So again, tag that with the word print. Back to our grid, we're looking at 4-star ones. So, do I want one of my coffee pictures? Probably not, no. Yeah, I like this one best, so this one, let's 4x3 it. Let's make it as wide as we can. Perfect. Let those upload. So, let's go back to Whitewall. So I just prefer Lightroom Classic for working in. So here we go. This is the picture that I want to export and then upload. So what we'll do is we'll first of all go to File and then Export. And we can choose, I've got a preset already for this, for Max JPEG. And what this does, let me just untick that for the moment. We'll save it to a specific folder, that's fine. And we keep the same name. We make sure it's 100% JPEG and no restriction to the size or anything like that. Don't need to worry about any sharpening or anything like that. So we'll just export and export. And what I'll do is I'll tag that with green in order to show that that's one that I've exported. Then what were the other ones? As my searching isn't working, there was this one, which I do really like. Let me just double check that we are in 4:3 aspect ratio. So export, and we can just use the preset, the Max JPEG. That'll go to the same place, saved in the same place without any trouble. Again, we'll tag it as green. This photo of the beach, again, let's just double check and make sure it is 4:3, which it is. Then File, Export with Preset, Max JPEG, a second landscape, which was this one. And we'll just, again, double check we are 4:3. Extend it as much as we can. Perfect. And File, Export with Preset, Max JPEG, flag it as green. So that's all done now. So all of those pictures are now exported onto my computer. Let's close Lightroom, and then we can upload these pictures onto Whitewall. So let's just find them on here. The 4 that we've got. So we're going to do 2 at Whitewall and 2 at Blurb, I think. So let's take these 2. So these 2 are opening up onto Whitewall. Done. So there we go. Those are now imported. So, and then we can go to the configurator. So what this is choosing your product and putting it into the size and everything that you want. So I just want this to be a photo print, and I don't want it to be too glossy because obviously I don't want the reflections in the background on here. So let's see what our options are. Don't want metallic, we don't want high gloss, we don't want black and white. So it's between these 2. So let's go for this one, just because, really. So we've got our photo selected. Let's go for a 40:30. But actually what we want to do is make sure that we can fit on a bit of a border around it. So let's go for a custom size. So if we have a 2cm border all the way around it, that means there'll be 4 centimeters coming off of each side. So we'll end up being 36 by 26. Add a white border, so we can add a 2cm white border. So now we're back up to that 40:30 size, and it will just look a little bit better in the frame. Frame, profile and color. Let's go without a frame because I already have frames here. Don't want to order a test print, and I just want one of those. So that looks good to me. Let's create another product. So let's go for, again, we just want a photo print. Let's go for the other paper this time. We'll change the picture that we're using and go for this one. Nice. So let's double check all of our settings. I would say 30 by 40, but obviously we want that custom size again. So let's go for 26 by 36. 2 centimeter white border. What are our other options? So paper, let's go for a matte paper this time. See what that looks like so that we don't have any reflections on it basically. We don't want a frame. Protective lamination. Do we want matte lamination? Why not? Let's try that. Let's see. And there we go. We'll add that one to our cart as well. So now that we've got both of these in our cart, we can order those and see what they look like when they arrive. So there we go. That's been ordered. So as soon as it arrives, you will see it when I do. So then we'll do exactly the same with a different company. I'll have a look and see which other options we've got. And then I will order that and then we can compare the two when they arrive. So that was a slightly different video for today, but I'll update you as soon as those arrive and we can see what they look like in our frames. So thank you for watching and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you again next week on my photography journey. Have a great week. Bye.